time that Gandalf reappeared after his long absence, for 3 years after the party had been away. Then he paid Frodo a brief visit, and after taking a good look at him, he went off again. During the next year or two, he had turned up fairly often, coming unexpectedly after dusk, and going off without warning before sunrise. He would not discuss his own business and journeys, and seemed chiefly interested in small news about Frodo's health and doings. Then suddenly his visits had ceased. It was over 9 years since Frodo had seen or heard of him, and he had begun to think about the wizard that would never return and had given up all interest in hobbits. That sounds strange.
I feel like it's like half southern accent too.
But that evening, as Sam was walking home and twilight was fading, there came.
Yeah.
As Sam was walking home,
What?
and the twilight was fading, there came one familiar tap on the study window. Frodo welcomed his old friend with a surprise and great delight. They looked hard at one another. What does Gandalf supposed to sound like?
He's an actor.
Christopher Walken.
They all sound like Christopher Walken.
They should remake Lord of the Rings and Christopher Walken be every character.
You're doing it all wrong.
Oh well, eh? Said Gandalf. You look the same as ever,
It's over
Frodo.
here somewhere.
So do you?
Different
Frodo
views
replied.
there.
Oh,
But secretly he thought that Gandalf was older and more
No,
careful.
it's not.
He pressed him for news of himself and the wide world, and soon they
No,
were
it's
deep
not.
Your
in talk,
computer?
and they stayed
No,
up
pre-lab.
far into
Oh,
the night.
your pre-lab is
I
on
found
the
the
desk.
desk.
Super stereo guys, and nobody believes me.
I call them. They do say that for bigger ones. What is she doing? They do say that one bigger than a tree was seen up away beyond the North Moors not long back. Who's they? My cousin Hal, for one. He works for Mr. Boffin at Overhill and goes up to North Farthing for hunting. He saw one. Said,
Talk like a proper man from Virginia.
Do Australian.
I don't think I can.
Yes, you can. Believe in
In a
yourself.
region long ago,
You sound like Christopher Walken. How come every single voice you do ends up sounding like Christopher Walken?
in a region long ago, many album rings were made.
Oh!
What just happened?
You just woke up manky.
Look at the wall.
Susie's feet.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Spring nearly 80 years before, when Bilbo had run out of the bag and without a handkerchief. His hair was perhaps the way it had been then, but his grey beard and his eyebrows were perhaps longer, and his face more linted with the kind of wisdom. But his eyes were bright as ever, and he smoked a blue smoke with the rings of the flavor and the delight.
It's the right. You're doing it wrong. There's no else.
He was smoking in the silence, for the Frodo was sitting in the still, deep in thought. Even in the morning, he felt the dark shadow that tightens again off had brought. He, at last, broke the silence.
Sirens.
The sirens.
Last night you began to tell me strange things about my real Gandalf. And you saw, because you said that such matters were best left until daylight. Don't you know I have better things finished now? If you say reading dangerous, what about dangerous then, I guess? In
I
what
didn't
way?
know you said that.
In many ways, said the wizard. It's far more powerful than I ever did think.